Hi everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of T&MFinancialChronicles. I'm Moses, joined by my co-founder Theo.
We're students who write and publish on financial markets, after-hours trading, and M&A deals. Last week, a few weeks ago, we interviewed David Blois, who founded a firm focused on people in M&A, which is featured on now YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack. In this episode, we're stepping into a new dimension, focusing on wealth mobility, more precisely, residency by investment.
We're very pleased to be joined by Christoph Albeck, CEO of CPH Invest. Christoph has a background in banking and over 20 years in real estate development with projects in the Bahamas and Europe. His work blends property investment with residency strategies, offering high net worth individuals not just returns, but long-term freedom and security.
So pleased to welcome Christoph and his wife here today. And Moses will start us off with a first question.
Yeah. So you ready, Christoph?
Yes, hello. Nice to talk to you guys.
So you started your career in banking before moving into real estate development and later residency by investment. What motivated that shift, and how did your background in finance shape the way you approach projects today?
Yeah, that was a long journey. I mean, I'm 57 now. So when I started working with 25, I started after economics. I studied economics in Germany, and then I went to Spain. Spain was a roaring market, was really good real estate in the end of the 90s and the beginning of the 2000s. I started working in a bank, doing mortgages for developers.
Okay.
And then I found that so exciting that after a while, I say I have to change the side. I want to sit on the other side of the table. So that was, I started developing. I knew all the banking shit, and so I started developing in Mallorca, Balearics especially, up to 2008. And then the market crashed in Spain.
Wow.
It was a big crash. So we went, Pamala, my wife, and me, we went to Dominican Republic.
Wow.
And she went into hospitality. She opened a hotel, high luxury hotel, which we like every other year we go there just to look if it's still there and how the market is in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. So, and now since a couple of years, I've had the feeling that Europe is changing, and a lot of people my age or younger and a little bit older, they say, okay, Europe changed so much, we will change as well. We looked to relocate into another jurisdiction. And so we were actively looking in the whole Caribbean because I love the Caribbean lifestyle. So that's a personal decision. A lot of people go to Asia or Middle East, Far East. We decided to go to the Caribbean. And the best market for real estate developers right now is the Bahamas. So we build here in Grand Bahama. We don't build in Nassau because Nassau is very expensive already. So what we want to build is we want to see that the prices of our properties at least double or triple in a certain amount of time. So we saw really a lifetime chance here in Freeport, Grand Bahama. It's very close to Florida. So for a real estate developer, it's very important, the location. I mean, the location is very, very important. And then infrastructure, and then that you have the materials that you can, and that you have an international market. So that is a perfect combination. Residence by investment seeks capital from abroad. So the Bahamas seeks capital from abroad, and we invest this money. So actually, our foreign investor is our bank.
So people often see property as a place to live, which is a bit different from how we see it, right? You describe it as a gateway towards tax residency, financial freedom, and you see it also as an asset class, right? And so in your experience, what kind of investor do you see is simply drawn to this? Is it families, is it individuals? What kind of investors are drawn to this in your experience?
It's mostly individuals. So the main decision is an emotional decision to look for something new. They have a new situation in their lives. Usually they are going to retire and then they see, okay, I want to see another part of the world. That is so an emotional decision. And but they don't want to waste the money. They don't want to just buy a new citizenship. You can buy in the market a citizenship. They just want to invest in real estate and let that grow. So they invest like $1 million and they expect a rental income 8%, for example, on an annual basis. And later, after 10 years, eventually they sell that property with a profit. So it's a clear investment thing. But the decision to do it in the Bahamas and not to do it in London or in Berlin is an emotional. So we have here in the Bahamas a very organized system of attaining these high net worth individuals. So they can get residency here, they can live here, but they can also rent out the property.
Yeah.
It's I mean, they earn money on it and they have a new life.
I mean, the Bahamas is goddamn beautiful.
Yeah,
to be honest.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a third of its GDP is coming from tourism, so that says a lot about the Bahamas, 100%. So,
and also proximity towards America as well. You know, America's right there.
yeah,
There's such an inflow of capital and people just
exactly.
always flowing in.
Yes.
So my third question was, golden visas remain highly sought after, with US individuals turning to places like Malta, Portugal, and the UAE. And we also see in the UK that projections of over 6,000 millionaires will leave in 2025 due to rising taxes and the abolition of non-dom status. From your perspective, how are jurisdictions like the Bahamas, the UAE, and Europe competing for wealthy individuals? And do you see this as a long-term trend where families build residency portfolios instead of like investment portfolios?
Yeah, I have seen a lot of cycles in 35 years of developing. So this is a very strong trend at the moment. I don't know if in 5 years the high net worth still can emigrate from Europe. I have my doubts. So they will close it. So and the wealthy feel that something is changing. So now it's a really run into jurisdictions without taxes or with at least low taxes. But France is putting a lot of pressure that the high net worth, the French nationals cannot leave the country. UK will do the same. Germany will do the same. So I don't know how it is in 5 years. Perhaps there is no more chance for the rich to escape the high taxes in Europe.
Yeah.
So but at the moment, it's a very strong trend. I have hundreds of applications per year. And
Insane.
I had just today, I had 5 calls, even from Switzerland. So
Wow.
it's trending, and we have now currently 10 developments under management, ongoing off-market I have off-market projects as well, which I will send you later on. And so there is 2 types of investors. I told you the emotional part, and then there's one part, they say, okay, I want to apply for the minimum. I need to invest $1 million. So I invest 1 million. And I say to the client, okay, come here, have a look. And yesterday at the airport, I picked up a couple. We went to the beach club. Later, a friend came by with a boat, and we hang out on the beach, and they had a blast. That was just completely mind-changing. Now they say, no, we don't want a house just for investment. We want a house for a living. So they tripled their investment amount. So that is what we like. And Pamela comes from hospitality. So what we do is our investors, they need to get a good feeling about it. And obviously we have lawyers, we have notaries, we have everybody here helping them. But the emotion is very, very important. They look for something new. They want to escape, but they want to improve their life. So
of course.
exactly. So and the Bahamas, It's a perfect destination because it's so lovely people, and it's pretty efficient. I tell you, I lived so many years in Spain, and here in the Bahamas, you have a meeting, they attend the meeting, you have a phone call, answer you. So yeah, it's fun to work with the Bahamians.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Switzerland before, because people often flee from Germany, France, and the UK to Switzerland to escape high regulation. But you mentioned people even leaving them to go to the Bahamas. So it just emphasizes how important the Bahamas is becoming for wealth mobility.
So I had a presentation of the Bahamas in Zurich last month. There were attending 70 people, and from the 70 people, 50 are interested in the Bahamas. Because Switzerland is nice to go to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Everything is organized, but it's not a low tax tradition. If you look into the details, they have to they have the standard of declaring wealth, declaring income. You have to declare every Bitcoin. You have to declare every single stock. You have to declare. I bought this stock yesterday. I sold it today. So it's pretty complicated. In the Bahamas, we have no capital income, we have no taxes, so there is no accountancy. And for traders and for wealthy people, this is a big advantage.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. So looking forward 5 or 10 years, Europe's cracking down on golden visas. People are moving out from the UK and Germany at ever increasing pace. How do you see the industry changing, the sector changing? Do you think regulation will make it harder, or will demand for mobility only increase?
It will get harder to leave the country. It will get harder to be accepted by another country, because there obviously European Union, UK, Canada puts a lot of pressure on these countries. You have seen Antigua passport. They don't want to accept an Antigua passport, so you bought this passport for a lot of money, and now it's useless. So there will be a lot of pressure from all sides. And I tell my people, okay, even if you don't want to leave today, let's think about a plan B. Then you have your papers in order, and eventually in 5 years, it's not possible anymore, but you already have your papers in order. So you make your plan A, your plan B, and plan A in 5 years or whenever you want, but you have it already. And so I see strong demand, and I would say in 5 or 10 years, this market is over. I don't believe that it will continue. I don't believe that, because the home countries of the nationals, they don't want to leave, let that money go.
Unless that changes, exactly.
So for your own career, you got a quite pessimistic view on the market. So what's your own career path after this market dies? Is it, what do you think?
I will retire. So
okay, nice. definitely.
Yeah. I don't think so, but well.
The market. So we had in the 90s and in 2000, it was mortgage driven. Asset-backed security driven and all that stuff. So this is now the cycle is the golden visa. And I tell everybody, if you had the chance today to apply for it, apply today, because France, look at the US. US it's not a market. To leave the US, it's very, very complicated. So other countries will do the same. So we have a short period of time for these wealthy ones. And what will be the next trend? I mean, tokenization will be a trend. So it's in real estate, you have always the problem that you need a lot of money to build a house, and fractional ownership never worked really well. So you need somebody for the finance. And so tokenization could be a very good next trend. There are platforms pretty promising for tokenization. Maybe that's the way. Always people will build houses, and the standards of the houses has to adapt. So you have to tear it down and then build new or refurb. There will be always real estate, but The finance is a big question. Now in the US, you pay interest rates of 6 to 9% for real estate developers. So
Yeah.
it's very, very expensive doing the finance. So perhaps we see a trend in the US into tokenization. I don't know. So blockchain tokenization, real estate, I think that's a future trend.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's very interesting you say that. But when wealthy individuals or families look at investing in the Bahamas per se, what do you think matters most to them? Is it financial return, the residency benefits, for example, the pleasurable benefits, or is it the long-term security of being outside tax-heavy Europe? And how do you structure your projects to balance all of those priorities?
Actually, all these points are so important. We live in an international community. We have people from England, from Scotland, from everywhere in the world, from Denmark, Sweden, Canada, US. So lifestyle is the most important thing. So it's an emotional decision to go to the Bahamas, friendly people, nice weather, infrastructure. All this is so important.
International schools.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
President from our PTA, from our international school. She's
brilliant. Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's an IB school. So it's a pretty good school and small school, but very good.
Hospitals, connectivity, that is all very important. Not many destinations offer this. So I would say that could be Singapore, that could be Switzerland, that could be Dubai, obviously. And but in the Caribbean, actually, it's only the Bahamas. It could be Panama, but Panama has not the same infrastructure. So that's what the people look for. They look connectivity. They say, okay, I want to stay here 4 months a year, especially in winter. It's so nice. And then I travel the world. I have a boat. I go on the boat. And then on the other hand, obviously they don't want to spend that money, lose that money. So they want to invest. So a slight return is always welcome.
Cool.
So there's also like a big romance surrounding investing in these paradise locations in the Caribbean and UAE. So what are some of the biggest risks you warn investors about? And what should a serious buyer know about closing costs, permit, regulations to avoid any complications?
The biggest risk is that you buy something which the seller does not own. So you buy from somebody, but he's not the owner. That's the biggest risk. So
like buying from a third party.
You have to go, for example, you go into South America and somebody pretends he's the owner and he's not.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So that can even happen in Germany. That can happen everywhere, but the risk is much more limited. So here in Grand Bahama, for example, this risk is nearly zero because they have their own land registry. So you need a good local lawyer to check everything. So that is one of the biggest risk. And the second biggest risk is that you buy a land which is where you can't construct. So nobody will let you on the land to make all the surveys, the geological surveys. So that is a risk that you buy a land and then there is a cove underneath. Yeah. Then you say, okay, I cannot build because this cove turns out it's 100 years old and now it's a historical site. Funny part that happened to us in Mallorca, so
really?
Can happen anywhere.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So that is a risk that a developer has to cover because then you have a land and it's nice to have, but you cannot build.
You can't build anything on it.
Can't build anything. So I would say if you go very early, you have a couple of risks, but for example, if you buy land with a building permit, with everything checked, then your risk is much more limited. It's only an operational risk that, like during COVID, that the materials does not arrive and you need more time to build. But the later you enter, the less risk you have.
Yeah.
And the earlier you enter, the more return you can expect.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
100%.
Well, Christoph, it's been amazing hearing from you today. I think our audience will really appreciate some of your insights and your experience in the industry. So do you have any closing thoughts or like closing message you think we have to hear today?
So yeah, thank you for having the time to explain a little bit my point of view. And you are young. You see this trend now with a golden visa. Perhaps I'm right that the next trend will be the tokenization. I don't know, but you will
We're gonna have to look into that.
your early stage in your professional career. And yeah, and if you want to have, you always have to adapt. I adapted to every cycle. That's the most challenging part, but that's the most amazing part as well.
Yeah, sure.
100% agree.
Adapt to the markets and be flexible to new trends.
Adaptability
is extremely important.
Of course,
100%.
And I'm assuming that makes it very enjoyable, isn't it? Very dynamic of the industry to work in. Always thinking about the change and stuff like that.
And it's also good to have it, you know,
because
it reinvents and new ideas comes out.
The innovative factor as well.
Exactly. I say he will never retire because he loves that.
Cool, gentlemen.
Okay. So thanks again, Christoph, and thanks to everyone listening.
Thank you.
Listening.
Have a good one.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.